Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. Today I actually wanted to share something with you that has just completely transformed my life, in essence, really, in a way, a small way. So I recently, and disclaimer, this may be a little TMI, this is about a feminine product. If you are not interested, this is your time to log off, because I am going to be talking today about the menstrual cup. Now, I have had my menstrual cycle since I was 12 or 13 years old, so that's a little over 21 years now. Okay. And I have always used feminine pads or feminine napkins, excuse me, or tampons. I recently decided to try the menstrual cup. To be specific, the Honey Pot menstrual cup. I bought it actually before I got pregnant. I had intended to try it, but I actually just never got around to just having the downtime to give it a go. So it sat in my cabinet, my medicine cabinet, for probably, I know, well over a year. Okay. I just recently got my first cycle since giving birth, and I decided to give it a try. Now, I'm not going to get into detail about how to insert the menstrual cup, so if that's something that you're looking for, this is not the video for it. However, there are a lot of pros that I want to talk about, and some cons that aren't really cons if you don't have a problem with it. And let me just say, messy hands is not one of them, because I do not get any blood on my hands whatsoever when I am changing my menstrual cup. Now, I've been using it for, I don't know, just honestly less than a week at this point. So I'm sure there may be some other things that I may encounter. This is my first cycle, like I said, since having a baby. So my flow might be a little bit different or inconsistent from my regular period. So as I continue to use it, month after month, I'll come back and give some more feedback. But for right now, I am loving it. I will never go back to using tampons or pads again. I mean, there's literally nothing at this point that can make me go back to using tampons and pads. When I opened my Honey Pot menstrual cup, I did boil it as suggested for 5 to 7 minutes. The instructions were minimal. There wasn't a whole lot of direction in terms of what to do after that point. There was a small picture directional letting you know how to insert it, but that wasn't really clear for me. So if you stumbled across this video, you probably did exactly what I did, and that was go online or on YouTube searching videos for tips and tricks on how to use it and how to insert it. So I did go ahead and boil it to sanitize it. And then I simply went to try it after I watched videos on how to insert it. I found a technique that I was comfortable with, that I liked, and I went to insert it. So for me, I'm going to share some of the products that I use that help this work for me. Okay, first of all, like having tampons or pads, you generally have some type of pouch that you use that holds all of your products. So I simply have in here a couple liners. The Honey Pot actually comes with this carrying pouch, and I am wearing it, so obviously I can't show you guys, but I will include a picture. Comes with the carrying pouch, and then so this is also where I place these gloves. So first things first, because the first thing that came to my mind, well, if I'm bleeding and I have to insert it into, my vagina, obviously I'm going to get blood on my hands. Go to the Dollar Tree and get a pack of these gloves. They come with, I think, 100 in here. This one I've had for a while and it's been open, but I think these come in like a pack of 100 or maybe 50, something like that. All right, get a pack of these gloves, okay? So in essence, I took a few out and I put it in my pouch, and that's, what I use when it comes to inserting and taking out the menstrual cup. All right. So I put on my glove. And I also have this. It's called a peri bottle. Okay, so I had this for my afterbirth because when you give birth you bleed for 4 to 6 weeks. I bought this peri bottle. I ordered it off of Amazon. Even though the hospital gives you some peri bottles, they look a little bit different. This one actually turns upside down and allows you to get a more precise, oh, and it still got water in it, a more precise flush, to clean you out. So this is another thing I would suggest carrying in your pack, okay? Especially if you go into a public restroom. Now, I haven't gone into a public restroom as of yet. However, I have thought about what this process looks like if that's going to be the case at some point, right? So, you can carry this carry your bag into the bathroom. You can fill up your peri bottle with water. I generally use warm water because it's just a little bit more comfortable. I will say when it comes to taking the menstrual cup out, I did have to kind of get the feel for it the first time, okay? Much like a tampon that goes in and then expands, that's sort of what happens when you put in the cup, because you do fold it to insert it and then it expands and sort of suctions to the inside of the vagina. So I will say when it comes to taking it out for the first time, you may have to play with a little bit, but it's nothing super extensive, at least not for me. I didn't think so. What I did was I pulled the little tab at the bottom to kind of bring it down a little bit so I could get a grip on the base. Once you get a grip on the base, you simply pinch it to release the suction, and then you slowly just pull it out. Okay, when you pull it out, I pull it out straight down, and then dump it into the toilet, and it's just as easy as that. I mean, literally, that's all you do. So it's no bigger than anything else that you would put in the vagina. So when you go to get your regular vaginal checkups, they put the stirrups in there and open you up. It's no bigger than that. So that's about the extent of the discomfort, if you can stand that. To me, it's not incredibly uncomfortable. I find, especially now that I'm kind of getting used to it, I find that it's quite all right. Okay, so you take it out, you dump it, and this is where your peri bottle is going to come in handy, because while you have dumped it over the toilet, you simply take your peri bottle and you can thoroughly rinse it off. It has holes, like a couple tiny holes around the rim of the cup, and you don't want those to be blocked, because that's how it creates the suction when you put it in, and it catches the blood and prevents any leakage. So you want to thoroughly rinse it with your peri bottle. Just make sure you get in there good. And then I also at this point like to use the peri bottle to just rinse myself off. There's not a whole lot of residue, so that's a great pro for me. However, just to do a little cleanup from the little bit of residue that you have in your hand, and from taking out the cup. Once all of that is done, you reinsert the cup using the same folding technique. And then again, at that point, if you want to do another little cleanup, maybe carry some like personal wipes, vaginal wipes, if you prefer those. Or if you're in like a private bathroom, you can refill your peri bottle, because I find that after cleaning off the menstrual cup, there's not much water left in my peri bottle for me to actually thoroughly rinse myself. So having some, just vaginal wipes or baby wipes to just kind of clean up any remaining residue, and as simple as that. One and done. Now, I know that might sound like a lot, but it's really not. Once you get the process, and I'm just explaining it now, trying to be a little bit thorough and explaining it, so it may sound like more than it is, but once you get the process down, when I tell you, I have a pretty heavy flow. The Ultra tampons would last me 4 hours, and I could wear the really, really long always pads overnight and practically fill it up. When I wear my menstrual cup, okay, I can literally, and let me note this too, sometimes I would wear the Ultra pads to go to sleep and the Ultra tampons, right? And I would wake up and there would be blood in my pad, okay, after sleeping maybe like 6 hours. Now, personally, I would try not to do this, and in fact, I would try to take my tampons out if I was ever going to bed, because of the toxic shock syndrome and just my kind of worries and concerns about that. However, when I would, like I'm saying, I would still fill up the Ultra tampon and not fill up the pad, but have a significant amount of blood in the pad as well. So with the menstrual cup, I can wear it for 6 hours. 6 hours before I start to feel any type of leakage. And that's still just wearing a thin liner. Now, these are the very, very small liners. I mean, you open it up and you can see, like, these are, I don't know if you've seen these before, like, you can get these in the Dollar Tree as well. They come in like little small. These are always as well, if I'm not mistaken, but these are really, really thin, really, really small. That's why I like them, because you almost don't even feel that you're wearing them. However, when I had my heavier flow and I would wear the tampons, I would have to have a thicker panty liner, like the Kotex or just the larger Always liners, because I would have such bad leakage. Well, with the menstrual cup, I can wear it, like I said, for 6 hours. For 6 hours with one of these thin liners and only experience a little bit of leakage. And in fact, I slept in it last night and I had no leakage when I woke up this morning. And I slept for roughly 7 hours. So when I tell you it's a game changer, it is a game changer. Now, not only can I wear it for an extended period of time and not have to worry about major leakage, I can also hop in the shower and not have to worry about changing my pad or bleeding and clotting in the tub. When I tell you, and I can thoroughly wash my private area and not have any issues. I can dry off and not get blood on my towel. I can step out of the tub and not have to quickly dry off so I can stop the flow from coming down my leg. I mean, when I tell you, sorry if that's TMI, but that was my experience with my cycle wearing tampons and pads. So with this menstrual cup, it has literally changed the game for me. Not to mention, this is just another bonus. Not to mention that I no longer have to worry about stopping up my toilet, or anyone else's toilet for that matter, from flushing my tampons down the toilet. Nor do I have to worry about wrapping them excessively so that I can dispose of them in the trash. I also don't have to worry about buying sanitary pads, napkins, whatever you want to call them, month after month, because I can buy a honey pot or any menstrual cup for that matter, because there are different ones that, might better fit you if the honey pot one doesn't. But I can buy it one time. I think I got it was $20. I think it was $19.99. I got it from Target. So I can spend $20, let's just say annually, once a year. Even if I spent $40 and bought 2 in 1 year, as opposed to spending practically $20 a month buying tampons and pads, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. I mean, again, there's no reason to ever go back to using tampons and pads knowing that I can rely on a menstrual cup. And again, no blood ever touches my hands, because I wear my glove when I'm inserting it and taking it out, so I never have to worry about getting blood on my hands. And believe it or not, it causes no blood on the toilet. None of that. You would think so, but it actually doesn't. So try it for yourself. It was a game changer for me. Like I said, I am not going back to using tampons. Tampons and pads are no longer part of my vocabulary after this video. But seriously, I don't think I would ever go back. And lastly, I don't know about you, but when I use tampons and pads, I never feel clean. Even after going to the restroom and changing my tampon or pad, cleaning myself up with either a wipe, or even after taking a shower. After taking a shower and putting a pad on, I immediately feel dirty, because you just feel the blood coming down and leaking. And there was constantly, for me, on the edges of my underwear, the seat of my underwear, I constantly had leaks. So there would always, whether it was the pad or with the tampon, I would constantly have leakage that would always be on the edge of the seat of my underwear. And I could not stand it. I could not stand it. I could not stand it. So this lets me feel clean once I take out and put in a menstrual cup and either, use my peri bottle to rinse off or use a vaginal wipe to clean up any remaining residue. I actually feel fresh. I can carry on my day and I actually feel clean. Try it for yourselves. At least give it one strong try. Do it on a day, on a weekend, if you work Monday through Friday, or when you have some vacation time or just time at home, to actually feel it out, see how you like it, get a routine down, and I guarantee you, you will not go back to using tampons or pads.